Hello, hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi, everyone. I think we're live. I'm going to just check and make sure. Uh, Let me see. We should be live on this technology. Yes, I think we're live on YouTube. And if you're already watching us, please comment something so that we know that you can see us.
That you can see and can hear. Please let us know where you're coming, where you
We're
checking
coming
in from, what state, what city, what country
one
if you're not
country,
United
maybe. Yeah.
States. Yeah. So let us know where you're from and
And we will start just in a minute. Yeah, I'm just made sure that we're on Facebook and on YouTube.
okay, here
Wonderful. Silver
Houston.
Spry. Yes. Oh, from Houston. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't do this live broadcasts very often. But I'm
Unfortunately.
hoping, unfortunately, but I'm hoping I'll start doing them more often. So if you would like to be featured, if there is something you would like to tell the audience, which is health related, microbiome related, preferably, then we can message me and we can talk. But today, for those of you who don't know me, I would like to introduce, just say a few words. My name is Karina Kaplan. I have a PhD in microbiology and I'm focusing on gut microbiome. I've been studying microbiome since 2000 and what, 2003, I guess. Oh my God, that makes me really old. Almost 20 years. But I was really starting at the infancy of this field. That's the field when we started sequencing genomes and learning more about probiotic bacteria, about their functions. We're still learning. There's still so much stuff to investigate and learn, but I'm really excited and thrilled that I was able to be part of it. Um, and about 6 years ago, I started my blog, which is called My Gut Matters. Around the same time, unfortunately, I lost my dad to lung cancer. And lung cancer is not genetically, at least it is thought right now that it's not a cancer that you can inherit. But it's the cancer that you're getting from different environmental triggers. So my dad was a smoker and he smoked in the house. So we actually, with my sister, were second smokers.
second second house.
So I've been a second basically smoker for what, 25 years or so. So I'm sure it affected my health as well. Very often when we talk about microbiome, we think about diet, we think about exercise, but very few people in general, when we talk about health, talk about other factors that can affect our health and our microbiome as well. So today we're going to share some insights with you from me as an expert in the microbiome, but also from my personal perspective as a mom, as a wife, because I care about the environment in my house, etc. And I'm very lucky to actually introduce you my guest today. It is Yana Etemadi. She's my friend. She's a certified nutritionist who is about to graduate her master's degree. And I'm going to let her continue and talk a little bit about her own story, her experience, and her master's degree, and maybe share a few words about her thesis that she's writing on.
Hi everyone, thanks a lot for joining us and thank you for coming and taking time to listen and take our information. We'll try to give you as much education as we can give you. And my journey started about 15 years ago when my oldest child got diagnosed autism. Back then, 15 years ago, autism was really not a good diagnosis to get, and not a lot of people knew what to do after you get this diagnosis, what to do with the child, and what are the next steps. There was very little information. I was very lucky. I got into an organization called TACA. It's called Talk About Curing Autism, and they were teaching about this gut-brain connection. And I was really shocked to find out that this boxed microwave mac and cheese matter, and what kids eat is influencing their behavior, especially in the autistic kids. That a lot of autistic behavior is driven by the diet and the lifestyle and what's the toxin around him and toxin in their food, and that kind of food matters a lot.
Hmm.
And so I learned that, and then I was working as a mentor. I was volunteering as a mentor in taka organization. I was working with the newly diagnosed families about the lifestyle, clean lifestyle, and the diets. In 2016, I got a nutritional certification from Bauman College. I was working in the Functional Medical Center here in Colorado, where I live. And in 2019, I joined the University of Western States on the to get my master degree in clinical nutritional and functional medicine. And right now, I'm like Karina said, I'm writing my thesis, and I'm about to graduate in the end of December. Yeah.
Yay, that's so exciting. That's so exciting. And the topic is really interesting. So I wonder maybe we should just do a separate live stream
We
and talk.
definitely should do. This is I'm writing about diagnosis that affecting 11% of women, but very little amount of women and very little amount
Very
doctors.
few. Hmm.
Very few amount of doctors knows about this condition, and actually only in July 2021 insurance start covering this condition. It was so unknown, and a lot of women are suffering with that because they're diagnosed with lymphedema or with obesity.
Hmm.
But in fact they do have the condition called lipedema. That's what I got diagnosed half a year ago, and I found out about this condition only a year ago.
Hmm.
And there is not much specialist. I was looking for several months to find a specialist to diagnose me, and a lot of women don't know about this, and they suffering because this is a condition that extremely resistant to diet and exercise, and women getting very frustrated that whatever they do it's not working. And this is condition is very different from obesity, and there is pretty much good body of research showing that a big difference. It's a different kind of fat, it's a different kind of position, and it's different kind of behavior of the fat and different kind of consequences of this fat compared to people with obesity. And this is it's coming out very interesting project, and I would love come and share this with women and maybe educate them and give them more information,
Hmm.
and to them to start looking and start finding the doctor and maybe getting diagnosed with this condition, if especially if you have this lower extremities, lower body obesity that is resistant to diet and exercise. I can bring some pictures and maybe you can find yourself there.
Yeah, that's really interesting because a lot of the people usually get stuck about, very focused on diet and exercise,
Calories in, calories out.
and they don't really, and no arguments can change their mind sometimes. They just, no, it's calories in, calories out, it's about exercise, it's about diet, or both, or one or another one. And they don't realize that there are other things in our body, and the mechanisms can be different. When we talk about microbiome, the same thing. It's like with a garden, where you can fertilize it, basically like a diet, right? You can water it, you can nourish it and everything, but if you didn't put seeds in there, it's not going to work. You're not going to
Mhm.
get, you can, do whatever. Plus, the same with the microbiome. You can have a really good diet, you can exercise, you can do all the right things, but then if there is a problem with your microbiome, and if you're depleted in some microorganisms, very rarely diet can actually fix this, because if there are no organisms in your gut, it's just hard to fix without looking into the microbiome and without supplementing with probiotics and maybe fermented foods or whatever. It depends on what the person needs. So it's a really good example of that, and I'm sure there are many more examples where that we don't know, right, about the diagnosis that
There
have
are
not
just
been.
just talking about the whole diet and exercise lifestyle. A lot of women are going to that because that's all what magazine taught them, blogs taught
Hmm.
them, is
Hmm.
eat, yeah, less, exercise more, and sometimes they're exaggerating the problem, making it definitely worse. And not a lot of magazines and articles and bloggers teaching that you have to look for the origin, that especially the extra weight, it's a side effect, it's never the origin of the problem, it's a side effect
Hmm.
of the problem. And you cannot fix the side effect, you cannot just put the
By
band-aid
removing
on
the.
the broken leg, you have to actually fix the broken leg. The bandage will not do much. So you really need to dig in and find out the origin of the problem, especially if you're trying for years diets and exercise and it's not working, or it's even making it worse. You're getting more weight, you're tired, you're exhausted, you have
Mhm.
PMS, mood swings, and we women are very sensitive to this kind of extremes. And we you need to look for the origin. What's happening? Is it lipedema? Is it thyroid? Is it any kind of genetic change?
Mhm.
It's a lifestyle. Is it food intolerance, allergies and food intolerance? That could be so much more than just diet and exercise. And sometimes you can eat more, and you can eat better food with more calories and exercise less, and things will get better for you
Yeah.
because you fix the origin, or you actually stop stressing out and messing up with your body with over exercising and not giving them nutrition.
Hmm.
So it's so much more complicated, and body is such a hard and complicated machine, way more than just calories
And
in,
it,
calories out.
and everyone is different, and
And
everyone
everyone
is
is
so
different. We
different.
have epigenetics. Nobody cancel epigenetics. We have different background, and in the end we have different body type. I mean, here we have different color of the eyes, and we can have different color structure of the
Yeah.
hair, or we can have different structure of the body, and not everybody meant to be size 0 and narrow
Yeah.
hips. So epigenetics, the way, what is your background, what is
What
where
are you eating? What else are
what
you
are you
doing?
eating, what you
So.
used to eat when you grew up, where you grew up, and what environment is just. And there is a reason when they say you are what your grandmother ate, not what
Mhm.
you ate, because what grandmother ate really influencing of who you are. And me especially learning, lipedema is very genetical disease. I'm now harassing my mother about my grandma, her grandmother, not even her grandmother, and all other, where this come, what they were eating, what they were doing, because it's so inherited. It's so important to know your roots and where they grew up, what they were eating, what they're doing, why, what is she died for, what it was her diagnosis, or how she felt. I mean, it's all influencing. It's all
Yeah.
matter.
Sounds very interesting. We definitely need to talk more about it next time. But talking about different factors, right, and different reasons for different diseases, um, and again, going back to diet and exercise, that are not the only factors that are actually influencing our health and our microbiome. There are others. Like, we do so many things every day, right? We get up, we take a shower, we use some sort of shower gel, we brush our teeth, we wash our face, we, I don't know,
We
we'll
put in
wash
a
the dishes.
clothes that was just, we put the clothes, we just got out of the
Yes,
laundry.
yes.
Yeah.
Laundry. What kind of laundry detergent you're using? Most people don't even think about those things. Most people don't even realize that, and we don't want to scare anyone, but really, after I realized that environmental factors also matter, not even just environmental, but the things we're doing, the choices we're making every day matter a lot. And so, after I lost my dad, it really made me think hard about what we're doing, and so that's why we decided to do a this live stream to talk about how to lower the toxic load so that we could preserve our microbiome, but also preserve our health as a result. And we wanted to start with actually foods because foods still matter, and different foods can have more toxic on them and less toxins. And how do we choose the foods, and what preferences we're giving to them, and so and so. That's why, Yana, I wanted to ask you, please, as a nutritionist, can you give us advice on, doesn't matter whether the food is organic or not, for example, the let's talk about just fruits, vegetables, and berries. Okay, let's not go into the milk and dairy and stuff because we can otherwise be here till tomorrow. But let's just
No, we
focus on
should
fruits
talk
and
about.
vegetables, because fruits and vegetables, that's, it's fiber, that's what matters for our gut microbiome, and that's what usually people have less of in their diet and on their plate. So we want to increase the consumption of fiber and fruits and diets, to be healthier. But how do we do that safely?
Thank you. Thanks a lot for this question. This is a very broad question, and I will try to put as much information and not make it for a very long time.
Mhm.
Um, First, organic, non-organic is a very personal choice. It's a controversial topic, and I encourage people to make their own educational choice about organic and non-organic. And I don't really say please eat all organic or please don't worry about organic. I inspiring my patient to make their own educational choices, to read about this, to make their own decision, because it's way better. You don't just say, I'm doing it because Yana, my nutritionist, said it, or somebody said it, or I read it. Please educate yourself, make your own choice. But when you're reading about that, when you're reading the articles or any kind of material about organic, non organic, or anything about this topic, please pay attention. Not only information you're reading, pay attention who wrote that. Is it a nutritionist? Is it a health coach who just got very small amount of education, or the person who just writing about stuff, about the fixing your car, about buying organic, not organic, it's just everything. Or it will be nutritionist. And what kind of nutritionist or what kind of health coach do they have? Good education, prolonged education, not just a couple of weekends. Do they have their practice? How many years they in practice? And what are their approach? Are there links to the studies, or they just wrote some information that they don't know where it came from, just out of their head, or they gave some links to the real study, not to the other blogs, but to real study. Is it a professional person? That is it MD? Is it the registered dietitian? So is it a person who are connecting to who has a good education about food, about nutrition, about chemistry, biochemistry, and who giving you some links to the study? And this is actually a paper that you can read, and you can look at the studies that proven their words. So please take into consideration that this is the studies you have to, this is the topic and blogs you have to, it's preferable to read.
Mhm.
Also, when you're choosing your food, especially fruits and vegetables, go local. This is like the best advice I can give. Go local. First, you're supporting local economy, and we all love this country, and we all love our state. I live in Colorado. I love Colorado. My heart totally belongs to this state, and I always love supporting my farmer and supporting my business, the business that around me, because I want economy of this state to prosper, and I want my farmer to prosper and be happy. And I vote, I'm taking my dollar, and I'm voting with my dollar to my
Mhm.
farm. I'm giving my voice, my dollar to my farmer, and not to the big corporation that bring in the food from other countries, the further countries. What's happening when, for example, you're getting strawberry or peach from Chile or other country? First, this fruit, this is not collected at the ripe state. It's collected very early before it's got this state of richness in nutrients. So that's why, please, uh, better when the local farmer, they are selling something, they just collected it just right now when it's ripe, when it's beautiful, when it's juicy, it's full of nutrients, and then you're buying it and the farmer is telling you, oh, we just collected it a couple hours ago or just an hour ago, it's just came from the branch, and here in the evening your kids already eating it. How awesome is that? Versus it's collected very early stage and losing half of the nutrients by transportation, by selling. Sometimes the coloring is with a special bags to keep it safe and keep it from denting. So that's why local farmer, you can come to the farm, you can check their principle of growing, how they're growing. You can ask the farmers, what are you using for pesticide? What are you using for keeping the food safe? What is your farming
Mhm.
principles? And they would love to talk to you. Farmers are very open to that, and you can find their friends. And
Yeah.
so you again, you supporting it, you're supporting this business, you're supporting local food, and this is the best you can do. Also, one of the site I'm, and Karina, if you can please put their website
Yeah.
link.
Hmm.
One of the site I'm advising to look is ewg.org.
Oh, right now I'm sharing the site where you can
Local
actually
harvest.
find a
Yes,
local
yes, that's right.
harvest.
Sorry, I skipped local harvest. And yeah, this is local harvest is the
Hmm.
great source. You can go and put your zip code, and all your local farms will come out there. So you will see who is selling good grass-fed beef, who can sell fruits and vegetables, local honey, and honey is way better when they're local, right?
Hmm.
Local than somewhere. So you can, by zip code, you can find what's the farmers market, everything around you, and you can contact the farmers. You can go there, you can find it at the farmers market, and so on. So localharvest.org, the great resource. Also, you can look for some agricultural website locally, like for example in Colorado we have Colorado Proud, we have
Hmm.
site, and please find whatever agricultural sites you have locally, and where farmers put their information, what they grow and what they use and their practices and what they sell and so on. And some of them, it's not just food. Actually, they sell candles, they can sell soaps, and
Yeah.
soaps that they make out of their own natural product, that they make from the fat of the animals, or from something around, or from the beeswax and so on. And it's a really really nice thing. So please use localharvest.org and use this information there.
Thank
And the
you.
last thing is, EWG is the
Hmm.
group that issuing Dirty Dozen Clean 15, and they're usually issuing this list every single year. So it's Dirty Dozen Clean 15 2022, and it's next year, it will be 2020.
Hmm.
That I think I disappear.
I'm trying to.
Dirt, yeah, Dirty
Hmm.
Dozen is the food that you have to be bought organic for sure, because this is the usually most of them, they are berries and some fruits that are absorbing pesticide, that they are sprayed, and they are really inside these fruits in the big amount, and it's very hard, it's pretty much impossible to get rid. And Clean 15 is the it's a fruits and vegetables that you can buy non-organic. They are having like for example watermelon, it has very thick coverage that we don't eat, and it's
Hmm.
keeping all the pesticide away from the inside that we eating. Or for example onion, it's pretty much no bugs wants to eat onions. It's
Hmm.
really good pesticide by themselves, anti-pesticide, plant by
Natural.
itself.
Hmm.
Yes, natural. So this is so Karina here open what the things like avocado and
Yeah.
pineapple, frozen peas, papaya, onions, they all
Clean
mushroom,
15.
cantaloupe.
Clean
This is Clean
15.
15 things you can actually I can say bananas, they don't include it, but bananas also don't need to be organic. So things like that don't need to be organic. They're pretty much protected, and you can always buy them not organic. And
Mm-hmm.
dirty dozen, mostly there are fruits there, berries. They have very
Okay. Let
thin
me.
skin, and grapes, the very thin skin that easily
Mm-hmm.
penetrate with all the
Apples.
pesticide. Apples, and apples has so much, it has color outside. The apple skin is really full of polyphenols and all the good thing that you need, and it's absorbing the pesticides so easily, and everything is coming to your body. And that's why it's very important, these kind of things. It will be berries, nectarines, apples, bell peppers, all kind of peppers, peaches,
Mm-hmm.
pears,
Really,
tomatoes. They have to be organic because they
pretty
are
much,
very
pretty
hard.
much, yeah, pretty much everything that we eat with the skin, right, on
Exactly.
has to be
Exactly.
organic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and if
So
we,
every year you can sign up, you can get there, it's all for free, you can get there
yes, I'm gonna
once
share
you.
the link as well in
Once
the
you sign
comments
up, they will send it to you, all the
every
updates,
year.
and they will send it to you every year. You can put the screenshot on your phone. You can put it in
You
your
can get the
wallet with
guide.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can get
print
the
it
guide.
out.
They're sending so much great. It's a great, great resource, great website, a lot of very good information.
Hmm. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, please let us know and send them in the comment area, and we will be addressing those questions. And for now, we're gonna move from vegetables, fruits and vegetables. So now I hope you know how to distinguish between dirty fruits and vegetables and clean fruits and
Clean.
vegetables. Yeah, that's really really important, and I think a lot of people don't even know about it. But other factors like um, makeup, cleaning supplies, products for personal hygiene, air fresheners. Really, a lot of those things that we're using on everyday basis, and detergents, like you said, and we don't even think about it twice, but all of that we're ingesting, we're touching, we're washing our faces, our body, and our body is the largest organ that absorbs everything, correct? So about 6 years ago, probably more than 6 years ago, when I lost my dad, I started thinking about, how I can reduce this toxic load, how I can get rid of all those toxic chemicals, Clorox, Lysol. We were disinfecting everything, and especially the last couple of years, also because of COVID, I think it skyrocketed the use of Lysol and Clorox and all that. I'm sure it will leave its mark on our microbiome.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but this is something that we can actually substitute and get rid of our life
And
and
save money.
remove it.
And save
Save
money.
money, save money, and save our health, first of all, right? Am I
Absolutely.
right? And
Absolutely.
actually, this is EWG, the same site where you can test. And while it's here, I'm gonna show you. They have a separate. So this is EWG Food News, and then there is also Skin Deep, I think, right? Skin
Mm-hmm.
Deep, something like that. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Skin Deep. So here, for example, we can obviously they want you to sign up and send them money, but here
But
we
it's all information for free. So
yeah,
yeah,
all the
you're getting a lot for
information.
free. And if you would like to support them,
For
it's all
example,
great organization to support.
Clorox, Clorox. Um, I don't know, hand soap, some sort of Clorox hand soap. I've never seen it before. But look, it's not that bad. So you have
Not
a
that
scale
bad.
here. You have a scale here, if you can see. Can you see, Anna? Because I don't
Yes.
see.
Yes.
Okay,
I see
so
it.
if it's green, it's clean, right? It's relatively clean, and it's okay. It doesn't harm according to the science that we have right now. But if it's orange or red, it's better not to use it. So, and you see, it lists all the ingredients and how cancerogenic it is, how allergenic it is, and so on and so forth.
You have to be careful with the only thing you have to be careful, especially when there is a number in the yellow, like there is a medium, because sometimes they don't have enough information.
Yes.
They
Yes.
some companies are not disclosing a lot of chemicals or a lot of ingredients they're using, and they don't have enough information, and they
Mm-hmm.
putting it usually like semi-safe because there is not much known for them, and you have to be careful with that, so make sure.
Oh, look at this. So this is Skin Deep. I wanted a different website. So there is another website
Oh,
where they have
unfortunately.
cleaning supplies, but this is Neutrogena, for example. And I know big stars are advertising that them on TV, and I wonder whether they're using Neutrogena themselves, because Neutrogena products are extremely toxin heavy, and this is retinol regenerating cream, which is 8. I definitely wouldn't recommend to use anyone that. So you can go to your bathroom and check your products and see how clean they are. And then we also, do you remember cleaning? Is it cleaning? What's the name for the cleaning?
Tide, you can put Tide, for example,
Yeah,
or
no, the actual page, consumer
ah,
guides. Let me see. So they have here EWG verified
mm-hmm.
sunscreens. They actually have a
Oh
separate
yeah, they
guide to
have the whole
sunscreens.
sunscreen. Yeah, and they email you if you sign up. They will email you the page with the, especially in the beginning of the summer, they're always updating their list.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own Dirty Dozen Click 15 for sunscreens for sure every year, and
Okay.
they checking ingredients because don't forget their manufacturers. Sometimes the big manufacturers buying small but popular brands, and they are updating ingredients, so
Mm-hmm.
they're updating the formula, and they sometimes are starting very natural, but in several years not that much, but some
Mm-hmm.
people just using for years and they don't even check the ingredients, and the ingredients changing. They can put perfumes, they can put more chemicals, so you always have to, when if you're using some product for years, make sure once in a while, every 6 or 12 months, check their ingredients, make sure they don't update the formula, especially
Yeah.
if they are bought by bigger company.
Mm-hmm. And so there is a question: what website for Dododos? And it's the same EWG website, but food. For food, they have different guides. And right now, I'm showing the guide for healthy cleaning. So here, you can actually put Clorox as well. I think somewhere. It first gives you the list of clean products. So you see, you can actually find cleaner products. But there is a way also, I think here, search Clorox, because this is what most Americans are using: Lysol, Clorox for disinfecting
Mm-hmm.
everything and cleaning everything. And look, what I love actually about the trend that is happening right now, that even bigger companies are actually, they are
They're
starting to
trying.
produce
Mm-hmm.
better formulations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they
So
do.
you already can see that Clorox has a few A's, but most of their stuff here, most of their stuff, laundry stain remover, is a D. Imagine you spray and then breathe with it. I
And
like
you eat
show.
for the because you put, especially those who have small children, if you
Mm-hmm.
clean your
Here,
counters and then the kids putting their food on this counter and then they pick up the food and put it in their mouth, it means there is some part of it will go inside their body as well.
well, so when I had my son, who was very little at the time, we went to Gym Breed. So it's like a little gym for
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had it.
very tiny babies.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
what they did between classes, they took this Clorox wipes
yeah,
and they cleaned all the toys and surfaces
yeah.
for the other
Yeah.
class. And
They
then
all do,
kids would
not just
take and put
Jamboree,
in.
the preschool, the everything. They
Hmm.
just spray, and it's got worse during the COVID. I mean, the COVID, they were spraying
Hmm.
everything everywhere, all the touch surfaces, and it was pretty scary. And yeah, it's killing the bacteria, but all these chemicals that goes along with that,
They're killing
it,
the bacteria
it's
within
killing
us.
bacteria, and it's all the chemicals also go into your body, and it's all absorbed by our skin. Our skin is very absorbable. organ. It's always absorbing things around, and whatever you put, the all the chemicals that you cleaning, you washing, what you putting in your dishwasher, it will end up on your dishes and will go
The
inside with
dishes,
the
yeah,
food and with the fork and with the cups. So this is something you have to pay attention, because we don't see it in the human eye, we don't see it, but the body knows,
yeah,
because it has to get rid of that, it has to process that, and it has to take it out of the body, and how your systems are working,
yes.
how your body is ready to get rid of that and process this kind of chemicals. That's a big question. Not
Mhm.
everybody is ready for that.
Plus, to confirm someone, like, I'm sure there are skeptics who would think, oh, is it science based? It actually is all science based. It's an environmental working group, EWG, that has a lot of scientists that are looking into the science and checking, constantly what's happening, what's going on, what is being published, what is being studied. And there was recently a study done where they took the dust in the households in the United States, and they looked at the chemicals that were present in the dust, and they found that there were a lot of cancerogens and a lot of other asthma increasing, or asthma, what would be the right term, chemicals that
Triggering,
would
triggering.
trigger asthma, yes. And they were all in the dust, so most American households actually would have that in their dust, and they would breathe with it, and children would breathe with it. And it's we can actually do something about it. Obviously, the huge industry and the government are not going to do anything about it. But we can do something about our own households. We cannot change what people do in the hotels, right? I don't know, restaurants. But we can make changes in our own families. And we don't have to do it very quickly and rapidly, but we can do it step
One
by
thing at a
step, right?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, one step at a time. And so 7 years ago, I was lucky enough to learn about the company that is actually making cleaning supplies where you don't need to use any chemicals whatsoever, almost. Like 90% of all your cleaning you can do with just uh, microfiber cloths and with water. I actually introduced Yana to these products as well, and that's why
And
she's
didn't introduce you, hook me on it within a second.
yes, and so
And never
she's
look back.
really and she's really into it right now as well, and she changed her routine for
And all
cleaning
my family, my
and
sister
the
used it.
family.
Yeah, all my family using it. Yes, all my
that's
family for
that's
sure.
amazing, and we don't look back, right? We When
No,
we go to
no, for
the
sure.
cleaning aisle at the grocery store, we can't breathe. We're so detoxed right now that we can't even breathe with those
Yeah, I don't want
chemicals.
this in my house for sure. Yes.
So we wanted to say a few words about, because I promised to share some of our life hacks and products that we're using that minimizing that toxic load, right? So um, this is the company called Norwex. It's a Norwegian company that actually came from Norway about 25 years ago to the United States, and their mission is to reduce toxins in the households. That's literally what their mission is. And it's not surprising that it came from Norway, because they're a very tiny, very beautiful country. And they care not
Very
only
clean.
about their very clean, they care not about their families, but also care about the environment, right? They don't want to trash the environment. They want to reduce wastes. They want to reduce toxins, because with actually when we're washing our dishes, when we're doing our laundry, right, with all those toxins and the light laundry detergents, it's not it's only us who are actually getting absorbed from the clothes, all those chemicals, but we're letting those go into our land and then into our water. So basically we're also infecting basically our planet, and it's not good. So our environment, the pollution is definitely getting worse and worse, and we need to do
Yeah, and
something
think
about
about
it
all
too.
the
Oh,
bottles.
the
I mean, the
bottles,
plastic
plastic bottles.
bottles. Yeah,
Yes.
that this cloth for washing dishes. How many? They're also made out of plastic. They all goes to trash, and we changing them so often. And the plastic bottles and all this. And the more we use, the more plastic bottles we produce. Yeah, we contribute to the environmental toxicity. Mm-hmm.
And that goes into the ocean, and then it goes into the fish, into the seaweed that is in there,
Yes.
and then we're eating that fish. So there is another talk for a different day about fish,
There's so
right?
much we can do. Talk.
Because wild caught is really good, but really our oceans right now is so polluted that the fish that we're eating might also be polluted. And Shannon is saying that microfiber is terrible for the environment. It depends on what microfiber, and not every microfiber is terrible. That's what I like about Norwex, but that it's a completely different technology, and it's not leaking microfiber that any other microfiber. Plus, the
And
company
it's
is
reusable. It's so
it's
reusable for
yeah,
years. I'm
you're
using one product for
yeah,
years.
for years, for years,
Years.
years.
Yeah.
And then we can actually send these clothes back to the company and it will recycle it. Like it's recycling all the bottles that they're collecting. So they're actually using plastic bottles instead of trashing them into the environment. They're using that plastic to make microfiber, and it really works better than any other clothes that I've tried in my experience. So I really like to. I just can't really go back to other type of other way of cleaning. So let's share some of our most favorite and useful, to our opinion,
Mm-hmm.
uh, products that can minimize the use of toxins in our household. Would you like to start with your favorite ones?
Yeah, I would love to. Thank you. So first, what I mentioned you about the cleaning dishes, the sponge that we're using to clean the dishes. First, it's getting smelly and it's getting pretty disgusting. After like 2-3 days, it's pretty hard to touch and it's getting nasty and getting very smelly. And again, we are trashing it, and if we will change it, start changing it that often, like every even once a week, it's a lot of plastic, it's a lot of trash, and it's of course they're not that expensive, but if we will think about like 2-3 years, it's accumulating to some a good amount of money. That's why I love this cloth for washing the dishes. They are that small. They're um, the old water coming through this very
Mm-hmm.
easily. They're absorbing soap pretty easily. They're a little bit rough, so it's very easy to clean the dishes if something's staying. And the best part, they never smell ever. It's not like you don't need to take care of that. I still wash it, but this they come in gray, and they also come in this nice blue color, whatever works for your kitchen and what color you like. But this one, I mean, I'm using this they're 3 years old as minimum. I don't even remember when I bought them. But I mean, how many sponges would I use in 3 years? And it will be like maybe 50 of the cost of 50 of this one. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just use them. I wash them in the laundry and I start using them again. And I using them and using, they never smell. They always look nice. I wash them. I put them on the sink in the morning. They look as fresh and nicely smell as they did when they just came. And I use it all the time. I love this is my like top favorite product because this nasty sponges are always bothering me. And
Yeah,
I have 3 kids. I have a lot of dishes to wash. I know, Karina, you have
me
two.
too.
You have the same thing. So yeah, this is definitely the top of my favorite product.
Yes, I like the fact that you don't need to buy any more sponges for your
And then they
kitchen,
never
because
smell this.
and they never smell. The food doesn't get stuck in the
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, the
why
food
it's
after all the
net.
food
Yeah, the food
particles,
particles.
especially after like,
So you can just rinse it and then dry it, and it's good to go. I don't know. I feel like it's a really revolutionary product, and I'm using it every day,
yeah,
many
yeah.
times a day
This is
because we have
actually
a lot
one
of
of the first thing I got for the whole my family. I'm like, please, especially, I'm coming, I'm visiting you.
switched.
Yeah, I'm helping you in the kitchen. Please change that. I don't want to see the sponges ever again. So I provide to whole my family this things.
This
This
cloth.
was definitely my first present. And yeah, all the products that we will talk about, they're making a great present, especially holidays are coming and you don't know what to give to your family, uncles, aunt, sister of the aunt and uncle. This is great. They would love it. They will use it for years. They will definitely say thank you to you many times. It's a great, and it's always looking beautiful. The package is beautiful. So this is definitely a great present, and that's saving me every Christmas. My family loves it and wait for that. I'm running out of product to buy them because they last for so many years.
They do.
So another product that I use a lot is this small cloth that we use instead of the paper towel. They even the same size as the paper towel. So here the same. They
Hmm.
don't look the best way because they're about I think like 5 years old minimum. So yeah, I use this one for a very long time. And you say I using them, and they I mean, they don't look the same when I bought it, but I definitely use them. They work the same way. So they're in this small, nice house. They look very beautiful on the in the kitchen, and they all these different colors, and they're absorbing better than paper towel. And gosh, paper towel got
Yes.
expensive over summer. Ooh, they really got expensive. And with these kids, they're just taking almost half of the roll just to wipe
Hmm.
their hands. And yeah, this kind of stuff, and they work very good.
You said they're absorbent. They truly are. I think you need about, it depends on the paper towel, but we did the experiment where we took one of these Norwex countertop cloths, they're called, and then we looked how many paper towel sheets we would need, and we needed like 6 or 7 sheets to absorb the same amount of water that that little tiny one cloth can absorb. So really, again, you're reducing the waste because actually every day in America, 51,000 trees are being cut down for North America's paper towel habit. So 51,000 trees on a daily basis, and 3 tons of paper towel waste is created every day, again, in the North America. So, and I'm sure the rest of the world is actually probably close to that number. But by switching, we're not contributing to cutting the trees, because we're not buying all those paper towels, but we're also saving a lot of money because an average, each American spends, on average, again, you may be different, but on average, about $200 a month just on paper towels. And this is year after year
With
and after
kids,
year.
especially with small kids, it's
And
oof,
and this little house with a tower, I think it costs around $50 or something like that. I can share.
I don't remember.
I can
I
share the
bought it
link.
so long time ago. I don't
So
remember.
it saves the environment, but it also saves the trees and saves your budget basically. Okay, so if you can.
So another product I would like to talk to you about is the mitten. It's
Mhm.
the mitten for the dust. So this is the nice mitten. I have two of them. One is at home and one is in the car. We actually, in our Russian group, we did this funny post, show the picture of you wiping the dust in your car when you're standing in the red light. So, and a lot of people share that because it's, when you stand in my car, it's black. And when you're standing on the traffic light, on the red light, you're definitely paying attention to all this dust around you. So I just very quickly take it out of the glove compartment and just wipe it very quickly. It just take 2 seconds. And not washing it as often as I supposed to, but I wash it once in a while. But it's absorbing and keeping it. So every time when I wipe, there is no dust left. So it's not giving this dust back, so it's really absorbing and keeping the dust inside, so it's working every single time I'm using it. And also at home, so I'm just wiping, and it's easy as like hand, just you're just wiping things around, and it's worked really great. So I'm washing that once in a while, not after each use, so I'm washing it once in a while, and it's working great. So there's that, and one more product quickly. I will tell you, it's a microfiber towel, like a head towel after the shower. It's a great thing to quickly dry your hair. So it's working very nicely. It can be, I just hook it, it has nice hook. I just hook it on the knob in my in my bathroom to dry it. So this one, when you put it on like 5 minutes, you take it out and your hair is almost dry. This is a great thing. Again, I gave it to all my family. It's a great product, great gift, and it's working wonderful. It's so wet from morning shower because I'm using it like
Mm-hmm.
every single time, just drying it like that. So that is my favorite product. Again, this is the cloth to wash the dishes, the microfiber towel hat for drying your hair, the mitten for the dusting, one at home and one in the car, and
And they
the
don't have to be washed very
no,
frequently.
they not. I
That's the
mean,
beauty
the
about
car is
them.
literally living in my
Yeah.
car. I better taking it out. I have to do it often, but that's actually working every single time. And again, the small house with the small absorbable cloth, like a substitution for the paper towel, and it looks so pretty in the kitchen. Especially my kitchen is white, and this small amount of colors here and there in the kitchen, this contributing to that. It's look really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So there is still one question about the being this microfiber environmentally friendly. So I'm going to share this article. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I truly believe that using Norwex microfiber, it causes so much less shedding than any other microfiber out there. But at the same time, if we continue using chemicals, and even if they're clean chemicals in clean boxes, that's why I don't like when the packaging itself, right, Yana, even if it's a clean formulation, like environmentally free, clean formulation, but in a plastic bottle, it can actually pollute the environment so much more than the microfiber from Norwex. And Norwex has done a lot of research and studies on that because it wouldn't offer something that would actually more harm than good. So they found that after 200 washings of EnviroCloth, that is the most commonly used microfiber cloth, and it's like a staple cloth for cleaning in Norwex, loses only zero point 0.026 of an ounce of the nanoplastic. So after 200 washing, that's less than the size of the plain M&M. It's very little compared to the plastic that we're an everyday trashing into our trash bin. If you're using,
Especially if
I
you
don't
have
know,
small kids, you're using
yeah, a lot
a
of
lot of it.
plastics.
Yeah.
So that's really and 200 washes is a lot for the Norwex microfiber because I
Yeah.
wash I don't know, I need to do my calculations, but I wash my microfiber maybe once in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the same. Yeah. Yeah, the same.
So
And I just
count
wash
how many
everything
weeks it
together.
is.
That's the thing. You don't need to
Yeah.
separate them. I just collect everything, all my
Yes,
clothes
that's what I
everywhere,
do.
everything, and just throw it in the dishwasher or in the
That's
washer one time.
that's what I do. But I'm gonna share the article, and you can read in more details about that because I totally feel from the perspective of disinfecting that it's a really great alternative for disinfecting. It really helps to decrease not only the toxic load on our in our families, but also on the environment. Okay, so now I'll share a few things. Actually, this dishcloth is also my favorite. Another cloth that I really recommend everyone, and no one really knows about it, is a veggie cloth. Veggie cloth, you can have just one forever. It can help you clean carrots, potatoes, also some fruits like apples, for example. It cleans the surface. For example, when I'm fermenting my carrots, I never peel them, and I try not to peel potatoes as well. But I clean them really well with a produce wash, environmentally friendly. Sometimes not. Sometimes just this cloth, because really, the more bacteria we get from the soil, the better it actually is for our microbiome. Plus, from the nutrition perspective, you also kind of save more minerals and more nutrients
Yeah,
by
there are a lot of nutrients in the
leaving the
skin.
skin on. So
Hmm.
veggie, fruit and veggie cloth is just the best, and also it will last forever because I have one cloth and it lasts me over six years. I mentioned EnviroCloth. So EnviroCloth is a staple cloth for cleaning. That's basically it's called staple because most of if people start using some Norwex products, they will start with this cloth probably because it can do everything. You can clean any surface, whether it's kitchen, bathroom, whatever, outside. Right now, I'm using all my old microfiber. I'm not throwing them away. I'm using them outside and cleaning chairs and
Hmm.
countertops
Hmm.
outside and things like that. So I'm using till like the last drop. And then remember, you can recycle it with Norwex. You don't need to throw it away. But this will remove from any surface 99% of bacteria with just water. So you don't need chemicals. You don't need Clorox. You don't need
Even
Lysol. You don't
natural products, you just don't
even
need.
natural. Actually, natural is not as effective as it appears if you
And it's
talk
also
about
has a lot of
vinegar. And
plastic.
it's
Also,
also you
vinegar
buy
plastic.
vinegar
Yeah.
in a plastic, and
Hmm.
then you can use vinegar for other things rather than cleaning. That's what I prefer to do. Although sometimes I use vinegar. I'm not saying like there are certain things when I use vinegar, but most of the time I just use this cloth and water. And if I clean my windows and my mirrors and something shiny like microwave, I will polish with this cloth. It's a window cloth, and that's how you clean windows. You don't need Windex. Is that the name for the
Yeah.
product that cleans
Yeah.
the?
Windex. Hmm.
And it's funny. Just recently, I had someone over who was fixing something in the sink, and they were like, "Oh, do you have Windex or something?" I was like, "No, I don't." Well, but we need it clean. I was like, well, you can get it cleaned with this
You
cloth. You
don't
don't
need
you don't need
Windex.
you don't need Windex. Yes. So I think it actually works so much better than Windex. And again, you're not using the chemical. You're not using paper towels because most people that are cleaning windows and mirrors, they would use paper towels for that. So no, you don't need that. And then another thing is kitchen cloth because I'm spending a lot of time in the kitchen. I'm fermenting a lot. I have kids, work from home, so I always kind of mingle in the kitchen. So I need to clean the surfaces very, very often. And the cloth that I'm using is called kitchen cloth. It's much smaller, not much smaller, but it's probably twice smaller than the EnviroCloth, and it has a little bit different texture, so it collects all the crumbles really well. It All the clothes have actually silver particles in them, so they won't let bacteria that you're picking up from the surface to multiply, and it will disinfect itself. So it's not going to smell as a regular rag that you would use, because normally the rags that you're using, they will start smell, but not Norwex if you're doing it correctly. And there are a lot of different colors, and you can choose whatever you want. This is one of probably also my most used cloths on a daily basis. Another one that I really love is the body cloth. The body cloth it's softer than everything else, and you use it for the body. You can clean your body without actually body wash, believe it or not. And it's probably going to be even better for your microbiome than using even the cleanest body wash. Because again, you're buying the body wash in a plastic bottle and you'll use it and you'll throw it away and you'll make more harm to the environment for sure than with this cloth. Plus, I'm taking off my makeup with this cloth. I'm not using makeup removers. I'm just using this cloth. It's perfect. Sometimes I use the cleanser, but again, also not as often as most people do. And I like my skin more than I ever liked before, you know? So that tells me that I'm doing something correctly. It definitely looks better than 10 years ago. I can tell you that. And I've been using this cloth pretty much every day. It's also good to take it wet when you're on the go or if you're traveling because it can substitute those wet wipes, reusable wipes that, again, most people really like because they're nice, handy to use. But it's plastic. It's, again, you're discarding them. You're contributing to the pollution. Here, wet cloth, you just need water. And I usually kind of wet it before I leave so that it's wet already. But if I used it, I need to find water to just rinse it and then use it again. So it's perfect for kids cleaning their hands, mouths, restaurants, whatever. On the go, it's probably the best thing that I actually used some of the EnviroCloths during COVID and I cleaned the carts because
Mm.
I didn't want to use those
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
disinfectant wipes. So
infected wipes.
so
Yeah.
I just used wet EnviroCloth and I cleaned and then and I'm okay. I'm alive, which is good. Another last couple of products that I really like because we're talking a little bit about hygiene as well is the deodorant. And the deodorant, clean deodorant is hard to find. So I know that Yana is not particularly fond of Crystal. You see, we're honest here. We're
Yeah,
not
but
kind
no,
of
it
sugar.
didn't work. It
We're
didn't work for me. Yeah.
we're not sugarcoating. But I love Crystal deodorant. It has just salt in it, but it's not that salt that will irritate. It's a crystal salt, and it's really good. It works. It's not harmful, and it lasts forever. I use it for several years, and it's still easy. Sometimes I get tired of the crystal. It doesn't have any smell or anything, so it's very natural. And here I live in Texas, and it works for me, even though it's really hot. Sometimes I need to use it twice a day, but it's not a big deal. And then another deodorant that I really like is the prebiotic. Prebiotic. That's what I like about it. Well, it has clean ingredients, and it also has prebiotics. Lisa Reed smells really nice. It can be used by women and men. The smell is very subtle, and I really like it. It's not a like feminine smell or anything like that. It doesn't smell flowers. I can tell you that, but it has a natural smell in it. And again, it doesn't irritate my underarms because a lot of the natural deodorants actually irritate my underarms, and so not this one. So I love it, and it also helps to maintain a good skin microbiome in your underarms. And another two things that very few people talk about is the oral microbiome. Our oral microbiome also matters, and for that I like to use prebiotic toothpaste. It's whitening and it's prebiotic. It doesn't have fluoride. um, it's probiotic. It has probiotic ingredients. So if there are some potentially harmful bacteria, it's not gonna those lysates are not gonna let those bacteria to multiply. And what I love about this toothbrush is that it has silver. It kind of has silver here in the bottom. And because it has silver, it disinfects itself. So, especially for those people who often have strep infections, I really recommend to switch to this toothbrush to my favorite toothpaste. I also recommend them to use oral probiotics, dental probiotics, and that really helps to fix that problem. A lot of them get rid of the chronic strep infections. So instead of dealing with infection, we can actually try and prevent it, right? Build up our immune system, reduce toxins, improve our oral microbiome, skin microbiome, gut microbiome, and just be healthier overall. Correct?
Absolutely.
So if you guys, you know, Svetlana is telling us, bravo, ladies, fantastic info. Thank you so much. I did share a few links. So if you guys want to try something, I will also actually leave the link for the group. I do have a group on Facebook where you can also ask more questions on this topic. I'm really passionate about it. No toxins in my life. It's really good. It's good for everyone. It's good for us. It's good for children. It's good for our dog, actually, and it's good for the environment. And that's all good, right?
It's
So
only good, yeah, and it's
it's
good
only
for
good.
our wallet
It's good for our
also.
wallet too, yeah, for the budget. Yes, especially
Mhm.
now when the
Especially now,
prices
things, yeah,
are
so.
skyrocketing. I was at some point I was calculating how much money I saved on switching to Norwex just on washing the floors because I had babies little when they were crawling. I was washing floors very often, and so we use those Swift, are they called Swift? Very, very
Mhm.
convenient, very kind of Swift. Then Bona as well. I spend a lot of money trying different mops and stuff and cleaners, and on average I'll calculate it that in 3 years that I lived in the United States at that, no, not three, maybe six, because I didn't learn about Norwex much later. So in 6 years, I spent about between $2,000 and $3,000 on
Oh,
just washing the floors
wow.
by buying
I
constantly
can totally,
Swift
yeah, I
and
can
Bona.
totally see.
And for example, with Norwex, I bought a mop for $100, and that's it.
And that's
Six
it.
six
And it's
years ago.
literally for years. It's
So I
years.
saved in the last 6 years at least $2,000, and that's just about the floors. So it is really saving saving the budget as well. Okay, guys, I hope you learned something new, and I hope you can also make some changes. If not Norwex, you can use something else to, and just investigate your own cleaning supply cabinet, your own personal care products, right? You can go on EWG and do some research and see which you can keep and which you can throw away, and look for EWG approved choices. And I really hope that your life will become cleaner
Cleaner.
and healthier. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for
And
joining us.
I will actually have another very interesting webinar, which is also going to be free next week. I will talk to a CEO of um, one of the companies that makes probiotics, novel new generation probiotics. It's going to be super, super interesting. So if you're not on my mailing list, please let me know and I will add you to my mailing list. It's going to be super interesting. Stay tuned. I'm going to share about the date and the time, and I hope you're gonna learn a lot of new things as well about probiotics. So thank you,
Thank you.
and talk to you soon. And we'll be back with a different topic.
Yeah, and you will receive they will receive the email after
Yes,
this,
yes,
and
I'll.
you're gonna receive the email with the links of all the product that we showed you, the links, the names, and please look through the catalog because there are a lot of other stuff. There is really awesome baby towels for little children with the toy. My niece adore her. I think she has a unicorn towel, and just there are so much other product that we didn't mention, or it will take
Mhm.
hours. Just look through the catalog, look through their store. They have very nice bed sheets that are not accumulating bacteria because we sleep, and especially for women who care about anti-age. I mean, we all do. And so the good quality of the pillow that touching your face all the
Yeah,
time is extremely important to keep your skin microbiome healthy, and
I
that's
love
one of the
those.
anti-age thing. So they have very good bed sheets. They have a lot of very good product that we use every day, and we love it, and it's contributing to the health, your health of your family, and your kids. So
Hmm.
that's why look through the catalog and find something else that you like, because it's really, there is a lot of good stuff there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming and watching us today. Thank you.
See
Have
ya.
a wonderful rest of the week and the weekend.